Okay, so picture this. The year is 1989. The Berlin Wall has literally just come down, the Cold War is ending, and over in Tokyo, there are 8,000 people packed into a hall. They're all there to hear a spiritual leader named Ryuho Okawa. And he's about to deliver a speech that frames the end of this massive decade as something more than just a date on a calendar. He's framing it as a critical turning point for all of humanity.
And he kicks things off with this incredibly powerful line, "The real beginning is from next year." I mean, what a hook, right? It immediately tells everyone listening that everything that came before the entire decade was just the warm-up act. The real work, the true beginning, is just about to start. You can just feel the anticipation in the room.
So, what is this real beginning all about? Well, the speech dives right into this idea that the world is in a profound moment of both crisis and hope. But here's the catch. This isn't a crisis you'd see on the news. It's an invisible, unseen turning point for the entire globe.
This slide really gets to the heart of his argument. What Okawa is saying is that in our seen world, our daily lives, work, family, things might look pretty calm on the surface. But in the unseen world, the spiritual dimension, a huge drama is playing out. He's suggesting that humanity isn't just muddling through, we're actually standing at a major crossroads, facing a massive crisis that most of us can't even see.
And this is absolutely crucial, he makes it super clear that he's not there to be a prophet of doom. His goal isn't to scare everybody with predictions of some unavoidable disaster. Instead, he presents this spiritual crisis as a challenge. It's a tough moment for sure, but it's one that humanity is meant to overcome.
So what's the solution? It's not some grand political plan. It's deeply personal. He says, even if the night comes, a light will be lit within it. The call to action is for every single person to become a source of that light, like a single candle that, when joined with millions of others, can light up the darkness in the entire world.
Okay, so the solution starts with the individual. But how do you actually become a candle? According to the speech, it all starts with a difficult but totally essential journey inward. This is the path to self-knowledge.
And the very first step is what we can call radical responsibility. The speech is really blunt on this point. Your life, exactly as it is right now, good or bad, is a direct result of your own past thoughts and choices. It's not your parents' fault, not society's fault, not anyone else's. Taking on that complete ownership is the first real step toward what he calls victory in life.
And then he hits the audience with this really stark question. He asks, why do people see themselves as something so ordinary and fragile, like a simple piece of glass? Something that can be easily shattered by what other people say or do. Why do we devalue ourselves so much?
Because he argues that whole perception is just flat out wrong. That piece of glass isn't who you are. It's just a facade, like a layer of dust that's built up over a lifetime. He says that deep inside every single person, at their very core, there is a shining, unbreakable diamond. That diamond is your true self, your divine nature. And the whole journey of self-knowledge is just about chipping away at the dust to let that inner brilliance shine.
And he doesn't just leave it as a metaphor. He breaks it down into 3 really clear practical steps. First, accept. See your life today as the direct result of your past mind. Second, take charge. Assume total responsibility, no more excuses. And third, from that place of ownership, decide what your path is going to be from this very moment on. It's a really powerful formula for self-mastery.
But this whole inward journey isn't supposed to be a solo mission. In fact, it's just the foundation for something way bigger, the power of the collective. It's about making that fundamental shift from I to we.
Think about it. In our normal, everyday physical world, the math is simple. 1 person plus another person equals 2 people. Power adds up. It's finite, it's predictable.
But in the world of the heart, the spiritual world he's talking about, the math is completely different. 1 plus 1 doesn't equal 2, it equals infinity. When people who have found their inner light, their diamond, come together, their power isn't just added up, it multiplies. It becomes this unstoppable, infinite force for change. Finite people creating an infinite power.
And he uses some really beautiful metaphors to drive this idea home. The speech says that all 5.2 billion people on Earth at the time are soul brothers, that we're not a bunch of separate individuals, but we're all just branches on one single great tree. And zooming out even more, our whole galaxy is a flower bed, and our world is just one single flower in it. The big takeaway here is that if you harm another person, you're not just hurting them, you're literally tearing a piece of yourself apart.
This deep sense of connection, This idea that we're all one leads directly to the ultimate point of the entire speech, awakening to your mission.
Now this is where it gets really interesting. The speech offers a fascinating twist. You don't have a mission. You are the mission. Your very existence, your soul, your life force, that is the mission, unfolding in real time. It's not something you go out and find. It's something you wake up to inside yourself.
And what is this universal mission that we all are? Well, it breaks down into three core, inseparable parts: to spread the light of truth and wisdom, to share love with every being, and to actively create happiness, not just for yourself, but for everyone. That's the job that each one of us as a living mission is here to do.
The raw power and immediacy of this whole idea is captured in this one line: the mission itself is alive now. This just hammers home that your purpose isn't some far-off goal you might reach someday. It's a living, breathing reality in this very moment, expressed simply by you being alive, right here, right now.
And so, the speech ends by taking its central theme and turning it into a direct question for every single person listening, and, of course, for us today. After all this talk about crisis, the inner journey, collective power, and our mission, we're left with this one final thing to think about. What is the apex of your enlightenment? It's a question that echoes way beyond 1989, asking each of us what it really means to live a life of purpose.